Hi, I'm Intruder Green. You might know me from things like Blackbird Bar, Milwaukee Secure Detention Center, and Meet Me. Welcome to the Intruder Green podcast. Oh yeah, it's a Happy New Year, I guess that's the thing to say. Happy New Year, everybody. It's 2022, first episode of the year. I know took basically like a 2-month pause there, unannounced. So sorry about that. Thanks for everybody on the Patreon for sticking in there, though. Appreciate you guys doing that, and everybody for listening and chilling the fuck out. You know, it was a good time to chill the fuck out. You know, like with all the crazy stuff going on all the time with COVID killing everybody's tours once again and whatnot. Actually, I know some people have been touring in the States a little bit, but I think some of that got canceled, and definitely some bands. I know like Kali Matsi was the last band I had on here to announce their tour, and that basically got canceled. So, you know, hopefully everybody can get back on it and get with touring again, but, you know, it ain't gonna happen until we fucking vax the fuck up and get the shit under control. Before I keep going, I want to give a shout out to the introducers of the podcast. We got Luke Ellis, Heather Royston, Gem City Sabrina, Sarah Koenig, Audacity Crash Clothing, Chelsea McNally, Cardboard Box Colony, and Carlos Hernandez. Thanks, everybody, for, like I said, sticking in there during that short little hiatus I got going. Hope you don't mind. I know I said I'm going to get some stickers out. I know I called it Stickers of the Month Club, but maybe I should just call it the, like, Stickers Sometimes Club. Because, yeah, it's been a few months now, and I only did it once. But I got an idea of what I want to get, and I just got to do it, you know? Like, sometimes just doing stuff is a lot harder than it seems to be. It's not even like a postage thing. Like, postage is actually pretty cheap for stuff like that. But, yeah, I'm going to try to get on it and be more on top of this stuff in the new year. And then by, like, the end of the year, I'll probably just be exhausted or forgot about it again and stop doing it or something. I don't know. Hopefully not. Hopefully we keep it going and everything's all good. But, yeah, I don't know. You guys got any New Year's revolutions you want to start? Because those are cool. No, that's not the word. Resolution. Like when you're playing video games and you got a shitty resolution, you need a better one this year. All right. Go steal some computers and shit. But anyway, yeah, I hope that you guys are all doing good. I know the New Year's and Christmas time can be real difficult for some people, especially nowadays. So hang in there. Like we gotta get through this at some point. And I feel it too. Like I wish I could like go and see people. I've been stuck in Germany now for like 2 years. That's fucking weird, you know? Think about that. I ain't seen the other intruders in a while. So that's fucked up. Yeah. And I wish I could see them. I wish I could get back to America because they got real good pizza and tacos there. I know everybody thinks I'm all about the pizza, and I am. Pizza's delicious. But what I really love too is tacos. I mean, maybe burritos too, but like tacos. Yeah, I get down at Crazy Nights in Nuremberg maybe and get some. But whatever. That's another thing. I did this DJ set with Joe McMahon in Berlin, and that was real fun. But I got way too drunk. I think he probably did too, but he's got that like Irish American blood where he could just like go, and yeah. So he could hold it down. I was just like, holy shit, it's noon, and I missed my train back to where I've been hiding out. So that was a problem, but I figured it out and it was okay. But yeah, then this booze cruise thing that was supposed to happen, I was really excited about it, and that got totally canceled. So I feel real bad about that for multiple reasons, mainly because I just wanted to be a part of that and be on a boat, like it's a booze cruise. I guess everything is happening on a boat and bands are playing and stuff. You're right on the water. That's a lot of fun. Even though it's in the middle of December when it was supposed to happen, I was still down. But anyway, it didn't happen, and I'm hoping it will happen next year, or not next year, this year. Holy shit. Yeah, like 12 months from now, whatever. That's a long time. Hopefully things will be a lot better by then, you know. But there's no telling what the future holds. You just gotta like keep doing good things and doing the right thing, which is sometimes not the easiest thing to figure out what that is, but you just keep doing it and whatever, you know, whatever. Anyway, on this episode of the podcast, I got some friends of the Mass Intruders called Avenues. They're from Milwaukee, and they're pretty fucking cool. We play with them at least a couple of times, and yeah, their tunes are super cool. And I originally recorded this because they were coming out with a new album, and I wanted to get it out before the fucking album release, but it just didn't happen. So anyway, after you listen to this, go check out the tunes on whatever streaming bullshit you want to do, or like go hit them up on the interwebs and like buy one. You ever think about that? You could actually buy music and support your fucking favorite, or even not your favorite musical artists by actually giving them money for their stuff instead of just giving it to. I mean, I guess they make a little bit of money off of like Spotify and whatnot, but like not nearly enough. So anyway, go buy a fucking record, or like I think they still sell CDs. People, yeah, that's probably still a thing. You know, you just buy it for the artwork. You listen to it online all you want, but like buy the fucking thing for the artwork, and it'll be a good time. So anyway, without further ado, on with the show.
Hello, this is a prepaid collect call from
Intruder Green,
an inmate at the Durham Correctional Institution. This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, press 1.
Come on, girl, now it's time to go to a place where nobody goes. In another town, on the other side of space, it won't be the same. Unlocking, go where party goes. Unlocking, go where party goes.
The screen looks real good now. So welcome, guys. It's great to have like almost a whole band on here because that rarely happens. Usually it's just one person. So thanks, guys, for so much of you showing up.
Well, yeah, man. Thanks for having us. Yeah.
Hell yeah. So we did some preliminary chatting, me and Sean. You know, so yeah. You guys have been a band since like what? I think I saw your first EP came out in like 2013 or something. Does that sound right? Yeah.
So I think we started, or at least Vin started back in like 2006. Then Scott and I came into the picture in 2009. And it just started off as like something just fun that we would play maybe once a year for like a Halloween show. And then it kind of progressed like, oh, this is actually could go somewhere for us. So that's when we came out with the first EP back in like 2013, which we did out in California with Davey Riley that recorded it for us and put it out.
So, okay, you say you did this so long ago and you would do like Halloween shows. Was this just like a project band and you guys were all doing other like real bands or something?
Well, we all came from real bands and we were just trying to get something together. And I was working at a music store with our former drummer, Joel, at the time. And he's like, I saw your other band. Looks like that just broke up. We should start this band. I know this guy. And then Chris Messer from Show Off gets in and introduces us to Vin. Yeah, it was just like 7 degrees of separation of how this band kind of met through friends of friends.
Sure. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Well, that's cool. Because we were just talking like, you guys keep putting out EPs, but you're about to put out your first full length. So I guess it was just like what, a money thing, or like, is that true?
Yeah, like studio time is stupid expensive, and unless we're gonna go be robbing banks and trying to do it. It's the funding aspect of it.
That's why it works, by the way.
Yeah. That's what we heard anyway.
Yeah. Or, I mean, either you get away with it, you got a bunch of money, or you go to prison and you got a bunch of time. So either way, like what they say,
a bunch of something.
Yeah, time is money. So like you end up somewhere where you got
you're always making money
means to make an album. Yeah, that's right.
Exactly.
A, B, C.
Win-win.
Also with the EPs, like trying to make sure we had enough like songs that were like strong enough to make a full album too. Because obviously you just don't want to put out 15 songs on a full length, waste of time and money, and like maybe 5 songs are, worthy of being on that album. So it's, spend some time on this one to really make sure that every song is as good as it possibly could have been.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like we were saying, I feel like so many bands just like kind of blow their load on a full length before they're ready. And yeah, it's probably like half the album is good. And also, I feel like that leads bands to just being like, I don't know, we're taking a big step before we're ready. And then it's like, oh, it wasn't amazing right off the start, like, oh shit, what are the odds? And then it's like, I don't know. That's why so many bands like break up after their first album, It's like they're doing a thing and then they make an album and then they're like, well, that was a lot of work and we're still pretty much in the same boat we were before it. So I guess we just don't want to do this no more.
It's like, you got to think of like your EPs as your dates, right? And then your full length is like, we're making a baby.
Hell yeah, that's right. That's right. Allegedly, whatever. So that's real good. And you guys, correct me if I'm wrong. You're based out of Milwaukee, or you're all from Milwaukee?
We're based out of Milwaukee. Yeah, we all live here in Milwaukee currently. The boys are from Wisconsin for sure. Vin, where is Vin from anyway?
He spent some time out.
Oh, okay.
I think he spent time out in California for a while.
Yeah,
I think I probably met him in prison before.
Yeah. Oh,
probably,
yeah. I wouldn't
guarantee it.
Robbing a Galaga game,
I don't even know if Smith is his real last name.
Right? Who knows?
But I'm from Texas originally, though.
Oh, shit. That's right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, don't mess with you then. I guess that's what they say, right? Yeah. I don't know. Texas gets a lot of shit because people say don't mess with Texas. So, of course, everybody wants to mess with Texas. But, was it?
Texas wants to mess with Texas and screw up their own stuff, too. So they're always finding a way to shoot themselves in the foot.
Yeah. But there are some cool places like, Dallas. We've had some great shows in Dallas, and obviously everybody loves Austin. So, there's some cool shit going on. Also had one of the best Mexican meals I ever had in El Paso. Delicious fucking food.
Right. No, you have amazing food all over Texas for sure. And I lived in Austin for 13 years before I moved up here.
Oh hell yeah!
And I was on the road. I was constantly touring with other bands, and then we played a show out here in Wisconsin and played with Avenues, and I was like, this is the fucking best fucking band I've seen. Like, this is amazing. And then we just kind of kept in touch, and then I started going on the road with them, playing drums for them, and then it just kind of worked out that way. Moved up here and became their permanent drummer.
You guys must have a strong bond because you didn't leave after the first winter.
Nah, you know what? The winter was easy for me. Because I didn't have nowhere to go. I had nothing to do. So it was like
shit,
why is everyone complaining?
Back. Yeah. Oh yeah, you were just huddled down inside.
Yeah, or my spot is like in the best spot too, because like I was working at a bar for a little while, and the bar that I worked at is actually literally right downstairs, like 20 feet from door to door.
That's nice when that works out. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I got the grocery store like a stone throw away across the street. So like I only had to be outside for, a minute at the most. You know what I mean?
That's good. Yeah. That's, I think a lot of people try to live that way. It's like suddenly people don't have that situation, but like maybe there's a convenience store nearby. Suddenly that becomes your grocery store,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the bodega.
Or your bank.
That's right. That's right. He probably got coffee there, it's good enough. Whatever.
Yeah, creamer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fun fact about Mark. He only drinks cold brew, even in the winter.
That's right.
Oh, that's weird.
That is weird.
Or iced coffee. Iced coffee. See that? Hear this? That's iced coffee right
The only
now.
thing cold you should drink in wintertime in Wisconsin is beer.
That's true. Yeah, and I mentioned, you guys might know that I'm in Germany, so I drink beer. This is actually the first beer I had in like 2 weeks because a doctor sliced up my nose, and you should see him. He's very handsome, but but anyway, yeah, I don't know. It's like cold beer in the wintertime. I could never get that into it. I think that's why koozies are so great. And they don't have that shit here in Germany because everybody drinks their beers at like room temperature or whatever. But yeah, like you get that koozie going, you got your beer and you're going out. Maybe you see a football game or something. And, it's like good times. I miss it.
This fall in Wisconsin, it's the best.
It is. That is honestly like, I mean, you guys have toured around enough, I'm sure. And, seeing so many different parts of the world, it's like, yeah, the Midwest America, especially the northern Midwest, like Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Michigan, like fucking fall during that time is just one of the most beautiful things you could possibly behold as a human being on this planet Earth.
I last for 1 week. 1 week. Otherwise,
that's true.
It's gone.
And then it's winter. And it's fucking cold as shit.
It was snowing yesterday.
Already. Oh, really? You got snow already? That's good. Yeah. I'm sure everybody loves us going on about the weather here, but that's what happens when Midwestern people get together.
Exactly.
We're going to talk about corn next.
Yeah, when we all agree on it, it's like it's not that cold. It's the wind that will get you.
But the wind
that's true.
The ethanol,
the wind
Sean.
coming off the lake. The wind coming off the lake.
Yep.
That's what it is. But anyway, back to this whole band thing you guys got going on. Yeah. So you got this album going, the first full length in the history of the band that's been together. You said you started basically in 2009
ish. Yeah. That's
shit. That's
the 2013 is probably when it started picking up to get serious, but it was just like I said, doing kind of like Halloween shows here and there and just drinking in a basement and demoing songs and just fooling around.
That's good though. Because like, I don't know how old you guys were when you started it, but I feel like, that's a good way to start a band is like, hey, you want to get together and do a thing? Yeah, this is going to be fun. And then it's fun. And you keep making it fun before it becomes work, because eventually it becomes work. Like, even if it's still fun, there's going to be work, right? Like,
it's a fun job.
Nobody said making an album was the easiest thing they ever did. And, there was no work involved. It was just fun the whole time. And then the album was also good,
Blood, sweat, and tears in almost every great album.
There's right. Stories. That's true.
Yeah. Or leaving the studio each day feeling defeated because you just keep getting yelled at to play better.
Yeah, it's true. Or my favorite was like when I don't know what album we were doing, but it was at Atlas, and Matt Allison, like, I had been tracking guitars, and he was like, I don't even remember what the question was that he asked me, but I was like, everything just sounds like, because you track his guitars for so long that you can't even hear like melodies and notes. You just hear.
It's just mush.
Yeah. And he's like, all right, you're done. And that was like, that was it for the day,
Did he tell you
gotta
bananas?
fucking call it. What's it?
Did he have you eat bananas to get your energy back up?
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. That's a good idea because I love bananas. That's bananas, girl. All right.
Or were you guys, when you were at Atlas too, then just hanging out in the control room and just the loud and incestuous burping that you'd always hear from Matt?
Oh yeah, you know about this. I take it you guys have recorded at Atlas.
Yeah, we did 2 EPs with him.
All right,
2-3 times.
I it's weird because when I was just listening to your stuff, like I like to do before we do these things, I kind of thought like, I wasn't sure, but I was like, that almost sounds like the kind of the Atlas sound, which is weird to me. Like, I always thought it was like our sound, but then I hear other bands and I'm like, that sounds like Atlas. So that's cool to know, actually.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
The record actually started there. Yeah.
What started there?
The new record actually started there. When we started recording this record, it actually started where we started recording at Alice with Matt. And then what happened after that, actually? Is that when I got sick?
Okay. Sick.
Then I got sick.
Oh, shit.
And then I was out for like almost a whole year. Like,
wow.
Bad.
You were sick for a whole year?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that, but I'm glad you're doing better now, yeah?
No, man, I'm good now. Walking, alive. It's all good now. But then the studio closed. So then once I got ready to come back, then the studio closed. And so then we had to. So I mean, we've had this is more than just like us trying to put a record together with material. This was us trying to like just even get the ding done. You know?
Yeah, right. Holy shit. This has been a fucking journey for you guys.
Yeah. When did we start recording this thing?
Sweat. Tears.
Yeah.
2019-ish, early 2019. And then, we started.
Yeah, that would have been the time because the pandemic hit in 2020.
Yeah. Then we're mixing, we're trying to finish up vocals when the pandemic hit. So we might have started demoing in 2018.
No.
And then
I think 17.
No, 17. No, we started recording this thing in 2017 because I was in the hospital in 2018.
Yeah, well, I thought you meant at the exchange.
Like, I'm starting like talking about how when we started this whole record, it was in 2017. The record that's about to come out next Saturday, we started in 2017.
But we like scrapped half the songs and rewrote the dang thing too. So
really,
yeah.
Sometimes you got to do that.
Yeah, make it more relevant, and it was for the best. So thought the songs were good, and then all of a sudden we sit on them for about a year or so. I'm like, no, screw it, let's start over.
Hell yeah, you want those blood, sweat, and tears to matter.
Exactly.
Give me your tears.
Right. You raise it to the next tier. All right. Yeah. So, how'd you get hooked up with S-Bam? Because they're putting out. Stefan S-Bam, who's been on the Intruder Green podcast before, is putting your album out, which I'm stoked for him and you guys based on that. How did that happen?
So lucky enough, Rob at Wiretap connected some dots. He's like, do you guys want some European distro with this release? We think it's, you should definitely talk to these guys. These are guys to talk to. Got lucky. He dug the album and wanted to work with us. And here we are. We're excited to put the first one out with them and hopefully come visit you sometime soon overseas.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I think, I don't know if there's a winter tour season, but they got this booze cruise happening that I'm going to be at DJing soon. Shit, I hope this episode comes out before that now that I think about it. It's coming up pretty soon. But,
it's going to come out in 3 years, just like the album.
That's right. But yeah, I hope that, I would love to see you guys over here because, I'll probably get real drunk and woo.
Oh, that was me.
Goof around with you. Yeah. Get real drunk and talk to you guys about the weather. That's what we'll do.
Reminisce. October.
Yeah, that's right.
Bring in some sand.
Yeah.
No.
Why
some
not?
lake water.
Maple leaves.
Oh yeah, lake water. That's what I need. I would love actually just some nice I don't know, shitty American beer. No, actually what I want is like some nice craft beer from America. Because the thing is, I'm in Germany and you can get like Belgian beer. I could go to Belgium. Like it's not that far away from where I am. But it's kind of like going from Hi, Intruder Maniacs. Are you in a band? The answer is, of course you are. Everybody's in a fucking band these days. Anyway, if you're in a band, congratulations. I'm making the worst financial decision of your life. Aside from taking out college loans or something, yeah. Now, there is a way to lessen the burden of such a financial decision. It's called merchandising. And Stupid Rap Merch Company is all ready to meet your merchandising needs. You want some t-shirts? Got a tight deadline you need them printed on? And because you booked a tour less than a month out and you didn't get canceled like everybody else's tours did? How about a bunch of weird random trinkets like keychains, medallions, and what about koozies? You know, like everybody likes koozies. Koozies are great because they keep your drink cold and your hand warm, or vice versa, depending on what you're drinking. Stupid Red Merch Company can get all these made for you. Stupid Red Merch Company is an in-house artist who can help you with your designs of stuff. They're still a small enough company that they pay special attention to you and your special needs, because, you know, everybody's got special needs. Like, you know, you probably mostly. And they even got a web store. That's where the real magic is. You go on tour and you sell your stuff, but chances are you're going to have some left over, or some fans are going to feel like left out because they didn't have enough money to buy something at your show. So they go on to stupidradmerch.com and find stuff from your band on there. They'll take care of all your production and shipping fulfillment needs. So go ahead, go on to Stupid Rad Merch Company's web store right now and check out all the tight bands that are already on there. They got a bunch of them, like got at the Bomb Pops and like the Bad Cop and stuff. It's all good. All sorts of cool swag. And right now, if you go on there and at checkout you use the code PRISON, you can get 15% off all of the Stupid Rad Merch branded apparel at stupidradmerch.com. Go check it out. Guitar players, I bet you thought you were shit out of luck when it comes to finding your dream guitar or amp. You know, you go on some auction site or something and it's all crap. Yeah, well that's because, you know, you gotta look in the right place. And the right place is Yeah Man's Vintage and Used Guitars. They got exactly what you're looking for. Now I know what you're thinking. Aren't they located in like Switzerland or something? Yeah man, they are. Bern, Switzerland to be exact. But you know, you can get on the internet and you can go check out the website, yeahmansguitars.com, and you can order stuff on there. So, you know, it don't really matter where the heck you are in the world. You can just get on their website and find all sorts of cool stuff that you're looking for. And you might not even know that you wanted it until you see it on there. And there's a lot of good stuff. If you got something specific you're looking for and need some help finding it, just hit up Yeah Man Guitars on the electronic mail. That's the email. It's like 21st century and you got email and websites. It's like amazing. Some people will call it magic. Some people will call it science. I just call it, I don't know, crazy shit. yeahmansguitars@gmail.com. As far as email goes, it's where you email them. And while you're at it, get your band a tour in Europe and stop by the shop. Michael and the rest of the crew would love to meet you, I'm sure. And you could tell them Green sent you. Yeah Man's Vintage and Used Guitars. Probably from like, Milwaukee to Minnesota or something. It's like, it's going to be a day trip. So I can't necessarily do that all the time. But like, you know, I feel like when the whole craft beer thing started, all these Americans were like, oh yeah, we're following like the Belgian style. Whereas everybody else was like, oh yeah, German beer is real strong. They're like, no, it's not. It's Belgian beer. That's real strong. And now, whenever like I'm back or like before I didn't go back for a while, it's like American beer is like its own thing these days. And it's like craft beer in America, there's nothing else like it in the world. You got your fucking like dessert porters and stouts and shit. And it's like, you got beers for every meal of the day. You got your breakfast oatmeal stout. And then for lunch, you maybe tone it down a little bit so you have like an IPA or something. And then at night, you're going to go like bonkers and fucking have some like imperial shit. And then like it gets cold out. So you're like, oh, I need some stouts. And I don't know. I still love those pumpkin beers too. I know that's like very Karen of me or whatever, but like I'm into it, you know? So
you gotta have one.
Yeah.
You gotta have one a year.
Yeah.
It takes me like 15 minutes to figure out what beer I want to get every time I go to a bar. Like I'll stand, like they'll come up to me and I'm like, I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready yet. Like,
especially if you go to a micro craft place and there's like 100 beers. Like,
there's 100 beers. There's all these beers to choose from, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell I want.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, when they have that many, probably a lot of them are pretty similar. But I'm like, and you know, the professional bartender will always come over and he'll be like, oh, like, what are you looking for? Maybe I can like figure out what to get you. And I'm like, Yeah, just give me, I don't know, fucking
Yes.
something weird. I don't know.
Give me something good.
Yeah. See,
What's
that's
on tap?
I do that all the time, and then it never gets anywhere. You know.
Yeah,
They get annoyed. They want to, get you
Yeah.
going. Like,
that's right.
here's your $10 beer. I want my $1. Leave me alone.
That's right. I mean, yeah, they cracked it open for you. Give them $1.
Yeah, but you got all the Czech beers out there, man. The Czech beers are where it's at. Those pilsners.
Czech beers are delicious. They make
I
delicious.
love those.
Well, they make delicious pilsner.
Yeah,
That's
the
it.
pilsners.
That's
Yeah.
it though. That's one
But hey,
flavor.
You got
that's-
one flavor,
That's
Mark.
what you
One
want.
flavor. It is delicious. I agree. That Budweiser, the original Budweiser, is a great
Oh,
beer.
Budvar.
Yeah, it's Budweiser in the
yeah.
States. Here it's Budweiser because it's
Okay, yeah.
branding.
You ever take a tour of the brewery out there?
No, because
Oh, you gotta do that.
the people I hang out with, I'm always like, oh, let's go tour a brewery. And they're like, no, we're German. That shit's lame. Let's go to a shitty bar instead. And I'm like, all right, I guess that's
Oh man, yeah, you gotta do it. It's pretty awesome. It's a fun little brewery for sure. Or it's actually pretty big, but yeah, it's pretty awesome.
They don't
yeah.
want to share their secrets with you. They're like, he can't
That's
see
probably
the operation.
They see me in a mask and they're like, he's gonna steal
He's
from
gonna
us.
steal shit.
And I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm not stealing secrets. I'm just stealing beer. Like, come on. There's no problem here. Come on. You probably give it away for free anyway because it's at the brewery. That's what you're supposed to do, right? I
Free
pay
beers
for
at
the
the brewery.
tour. I get
Yeah.
some free beer.
And listen to
yeah.
you talk. You give me free beer. This is how it works.
That's right. That's right.
I'm
So
interactive
anyway,
commercial.
yeah, I will love to help you guys get some shows over here, and all I ask in return is some tight I don't know, craft beers from America.
BS.
Yeah, deal.
Beers,
Done.
that's right. Yeah, I don't know if I can actually help you get shows over here, but I would try.
He's just going to take the beer and run.
Just take the
Mail
beer,
me the
yeah.
Could be. I'd be like, all right, you guys got a show. Show up at this place and drop the beer off here, and have a good show.
Yeah,
Maybe
good
I'll see
show.
you there. And yeah, next thing you know, the beer's gone, and the show never
show.
happened.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Who
But,
are you guys?
You,
Have
you
a
know,
what?
you know how it goes.
This
Uh,
might have
yeah.
happened before.
Oh shit, yeah. So so you guys don't got plans for the States tour. But actually now that we get back into it, where you guys got hooked up with SBAM through your US label. And what's up with the US label?
So Rob at Wiretap, his web store is doing the pre-orders right now for the vinyl. And then he's also got his vinyl club. So if you're a part of his vinyl club, you get a select color for this guy. And then, yeah, Rob, he's great. He's been helping a lot with promotion on this. And we worked with him when we did our 10-inch EP Creep Show. So we did that one through him and had a great experience. So we wanted to give it another shot.
I got one of those. It's real good.
Right
Thanks.
on.
Yeah.
They're limited.
Yeah, you gotta hit up Spam to get your copy soon. Because I know Wiretap's down to I think like 5 copies left.
Holy
if
shit.
not, it's gonna be sold out after this weekend is what we're planning for.
So by the time this comes out, definitely.
Yeah,
Um,
it's probably gonna be sold out. Yeah.
Yeah. That's cool. I definitely gotta hit up Spam for that. But actually now that I think about it, like getting back to the way you guys made this album, because it sounds like it was a fucking journey. So it started at Atlas, and I want to know where it ended, because it sounds fucking great. Like I was listening to like kind of all your stuff recently, and it all sounds like solid. Like the production is just fucking great. But like when I listen to this new shit, it's like, how many fucking guitars are there? It's like, no, but it sounds good. Like I'm not trying to say there's too many or nothing. It's like, it sounds just so big and strong. And it's, it's like what you hope when your firstborn son is going to be like big and strong and like
Mustache.
Colossus with a big mustache growing from his penis or something.
yeah, so
That's just the most manly thing I could think of. I don't know.
Yeah,
That's pretty manly.
Yeah.
And definitely take that as a compliment that, you got some cock and balls on this album. So
that's the thing.
So we were fortunate enough, and, it's always a struggle, and I'm sure you've gone through it too, just trying to find the right studio to get the right sound and, be able to be on a budget and make it work.
Oh, yeah.
So knowing that Atlas closed and, trying to find someplace close, or, do we make the trek out to California and go record out there again? But we found a diamond in the rough in Milwaukee called the Exchange Recording Complex. And I think it's probably been there since like the 70s, some hole in the wall, just brick building off of like 37th and National. You don't even know it's a studio until you walk into it.
Yeah.
Have you ever been to, do you ever know about Smart Studios in Madison?
Oh, of course.
That's the same fucking thing. It was just some random brick building. And that's the whole thing. They don't want people to know where Nirvana recorded,
you know? Yeah. You don't want to get robbed or have you come in and take all the sweet gear.
Exactly.
So
anyway, go on.
So we're fortunate enough to hook up with Kevin Arndt, which is the head engineer at the Exchange Recording Complex, and kind of brokered out a deal with them. And since we were kind of hemming and hawing, kind of gave him a rough time negotiating, like, hey, maybe you should do a song for free, see if you like it first before committing. And he went through that. He went through that whole process and gave us the Dog and Pony show to make sure that we would be satisfied in the studio. And spent the good part of 2019 getting that all taken care of until COVID hit, and then we're in the middle of tracking vocals, and that sucked.
Yeah.
So luckily, everyone in the band has decent recording gear at home. So Vin was able to track the rest of the vocals and send them off to Kevin. And while everything was shut down in 2020, he was busy mixing and bared with us while we kept on tweaking until we were 100% satisfied with it. And couldn't be happier with how Kevin engineered and produced the whole thing for us. And I think the guitars, to your point, like, are one of our favorite things too. It rips. So lots of layer in.
For sure. So wait, Kevin is the guy from the last studio you went to? Or was he there the whole time?
He's only been for this album for in Milwaukee. So Matt Allison did the last two EPs for us.
Right. Oh, and then Kevin came in to do the beginning. He's been here there for the whole album though, right?
No, Matt was starting this full length for us. And then once Mark got sick and stuff, then we decided just to we only had drums done and some guitars. We just scrapped the entire thing and started over.
All right. Okay. So I'm just trying to figure out who to credit for the production here, because
Kevin,
that's what I'm worried about.
Definitely Kevin. Yeah.
Yep. Kevin put in the blood, sweat, and tears with us.
All right.
For sure.
That's good. Yeah. Well, I was going to say, did he help out with the songwriting or anything too? Because I know Matt Allison would do some of that with us. Also Roger from Les and Jake, when we recorded with him, that's part of production sometimes. And I don't know, maybe you guys are just like the Beatles of punk rock or something, but it sounds real good. Like you guys maybe got some production help with the songwriting too.
We probably got a little bit of tweaks just here and there, but for the most part, Vinny, who's out in I don't know, I think he's in Cincinnati right now with the Galaga tournament.
No,
he's he's the main songwriter, and so he definitely when he comes out swinging, man, I mean, the songs that he always comes up with, and when he sends them to us, all of us are just like, yeah, that's it, this is amazing, and then we'll do a little thing to him here and there, and then it was the same thing in the studio,
Yeah, and I think Kevin did a great job just kind of expanding past I think more of the vanilla punk stuff that we do by adding some of the effects and the layering and the texturing that he did while mixing, adding a lot of that, where in the past you're like, we don't want any effects on the vocals, just keep it straightforward. And
but on those bridges, you have some cool vocal effects happening, or some throws, or just a little extra reverb. Kevin worked some real fun magic with that stuff to put that special sauce on the album.
Hell yeah, it's delicious sauce. I fucking it sounds great songs. I've gotten to see you guys live at least once. I don't know, maybe a couple times, but
or at
I
least that
wish
you
you-
remember.
Yeah, that's true. You know, like I probably forgot a few times.
Yeah.
But yeah. Unless you guys got anything else you want to bring up, I got one last question. Anything? Anybody? All right.
I think it's dealer's choice.
All right. It's crime stories. Do you got any?
Mark does.
Why has it got to be me that got crime stories?
Because you're
Scott?
from Austin.
Yeah. Yeah, I got one. It's pretty heavy though. I don't know if y'all are ready, but I got one though.
You have 5
That
minutes
happens.
to go.
They're usually funny, so like sometimes you got to get into it.
All right. I don't know if it's funny, but here we
No,
go.
I'm
So,
saying they usually are. So if it's just going to change things, then we'll end it on a down note. We got to do what we got to do. This
all
is
right,
going to be a very special episode of the Intruder Green podcast.
Yeah, Mark, I got a lighthearted one to follow up with you after this.
All right.
All right.
So I lived growing up in a town called Del Rio, Texas. I had moved out of my parents' house when I was like 16, I think, or maybe 16. So I got this house, right? Me and my cousin, and we're in this, and we're living in the house, and we're doing our thing. I'm walking home from school, and I see a friend of mine. He picks me up, takes me home to my place, and he's like, "You live here?" And I was like, "Yeah, this is my house." You know what I mean? I live here, and still going to school. And he's like, "Oh man, I got a proposition for you if you're willing to hear it out." And I was like, "All right, what's up, man?" He's like, "Check this out. We're gonna bring over about 500 pounds of grass. Is it cool if we stash it at your place and let it cool down for a little while, and then we'll come and pick it up later?" Because where I'm from is right on the border of Mexico, like right on the border. I mean, like you walk there. Like after school, we would go over to Mexico to go party. Like 16, 17 years old going out there. So we did this for like a couple of months, and it definitely paid for all the bills. And I remember my parents were like, "How do you have all this money? You're not working." I was like, "Oh
shit."
But we never got caught. I'm super thankful for that because it was super dumb. I got to be honest with you. It was probably the dumbest thing I've ever done in my life. But
but were you were a minor at the time, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
that's a little bit smart. It's dumb if you're 18.
Rent was paid, and we were, and then all on top of it off, we were throwing like stupid parties, also like huge parties. So we got busted.
What else are you gonna do with drug money?
Oh man! So if we got
too young
busted,
to buy a Porsche.
Oh man. Yeah, I never bought anything like crazy, but just spent the money on bullshit, or go to Mexico and then spend the money there.
Shit,
Always a good time.
That's great. That's not such a downer. I thought it was going to be like, yeah, and I had to kill this guy. But, so that's a lot better than I was thinking. Like that sounds like a success story, actually. Even though you got busted, like you gotta,
No, I never got busted. No,
you never got busted.
No, we never got busted. We just after a few months, it was like, you know what, man? We started seeing other houses get like not broken into, but like there was raids happening around the neighborhood,
like from the police or like gangs.
I was like immigration and like a couple of like, because we're right on the border, so people, but still, man, it was like, no, it's getting too hot. We gotta stop.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's perfect. Then you got away with it. Holy shit, that's amazing. Actually, that's one of the best I've heard. Yeah. Well, congrats.
You made it, buddy. Statute of limitations on that, right?
Oh man!
You fought off crazy illness. You fought off the cops. You fucking
yeah, man. I've done it. It's all good.
Champion of life right here. All right.
So,
what else we got?
We got one that's a little more lighthearted and fun. Was one of our first TV appearances when we first started way back in, was probably 2013, Scott? We were playing on.
Yeah.
We bought our first van, which was a rusted pile of shit. And we were, driving to play on Fox 6 for their morning show. And the van dies on the freeway. We're like, oh shit.
Classic.
Sheriff pulls up behind us, and then Vin's all of a sudden you see Vin kind of clench up a little bit. And at the time we didn't know that he may or may not have had an open bench warrant. All right. So he laid low the first time, the cop was cool and jumped the van for us until, it dies again on the exit because the alternator pretty much took a shit.
Yeah.
So he sees the sheriff coming again, and he just opens the door and just books it.
Oh, that was the wrong thing to do.
Very fast. It looked like he was going to the gas station with intent to poop.
Yeah. Try not to look guilty, but totally look guilty. But yeah, we ended up then meeting them at the parking lot of Fox 6 and went on with our day and played the morning show.
So Vin fled from the cops right on.
He straight up fled from the cops and got away.
Yeah, he was nervous that they were going to check IDs and then run everyone, and then would have been brought in on that alleged may or may not have had an open bench warrant.
That's great because it was probably a pretty stupid move. The cops. I mean, as much as I fucking hate the cops, there's plenty of times when they're like, oh, yeah, your alternator's fucked. Oh, you fucking,
can we search your van?
Jerk offs. Yeah, maybe they would have been like that, but chances are they probably would have just like, I mean, I don't know. What did they stop you guys or anything?
We got lucky because we've been in other situations where, can we see all yours IDs real quick? Like, why do you need to see them? Like, it depends on how, if you got a douchebag for a cop or not, or if a guy that's actually wanting to help you get back on the road and be safe so you don't get hit by a semi,
right. But it was the same guy, right?
It was the same guy, luckily, but he was getting nervous that, okay, too much FaceTime with this guy. I better book it. And
right. But what did the cop do the second time?
Laughed at us basically and helped, stayed by until a tow truck came to get us to the park to where we needed to go and then dropped it off after.
We had those douchey cops in Colorado when we got pulled over because our light bulb was out on the license plate. So this lady pulls me over in the middle of nowhere and she's like, well, you know why I pulled you over? I'm like, no idea. I was going under the speed limit. We were taking this exit. The light for your head, the license plate was out. Looked at her, you gotta be kidding. She's like, no, we're serious. Are you guys doing anything tonight? Anything we need to know about in the van? You got what? Yeah. We're just trying to get to bed. The hotel's like 10 miles up the road.
Got all the legal drugs from Colorado. It's like, wait, we're still in Colorado, right? We're not in Nebraska. We're going to go to jail for this.
Yeah, right. Oh, shit. Well, I think we got to end it, guys, because we're about to run out of time on this Zoom shit. And normally I would just be like, well, we could start it again. But I think we covered the bases. And that's it for the Intruder Green podcast. I want to thank Avenues again for being on it. We ran out of time there at the end, so that's why it got cut off so abruptly. But it was like we were saying goodbye anyway, so I didn't really feel like calling them back. You know how that shit goes. Anyway. You can hit me up on all the socials in Intruder Green or go to intrudergreen.com for all sorts of cool stuff. The Intruder Green call-in line is +1 608-535 9608. Seriously, guys, drop me a line. Like, leave me a voicemail or something, or just text me or something. I don't know, whatever. Patreon.com/Intruder Green if you want to become a producer of the podcast. The Intruder Green podcast is produced by Colin Bennett, management by Anka Kramer, hair and makeup by Genevieve Smith, set design by Dylan Raymer, catering Matthew Hendershot, lighting Squeak Wrights, Huawei, New Jersey. Our theme song is Particles by Pipe Bros. I got that all out, didn't I? Should all acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should all acquaintance be forgot and days of all lang syne?